Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on when you're watching this video over the weekend. And welcome to Chapter 5.2, Writing Linear Equations Given the Slope and a Point. So let's jump right into it. So write an equation of the line that passes through the point 6, -3 and has a slope of -2. So we know that in the end what they're asking us to do is write an equation of a line. Well, we know equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. And the parts that we fill in are obviously the b, the y-intercept, and m, the slope. So given the information in the question, we have -2. So far in our answer, that's step 3 right here, rewrite equation in slope-intercept form. So far right now we have y equals -2x. Because we know the slope of -2. It tells us that the slope is -2. So what we're missing is the b. So here we go. This tells us how to find that. Using y equals mx, please substitute -2 in for the m, 6 for the x, and -3 for the y. So we're substituting these pieces in, okay, and then we're going to simplify and solve for b. Okay, so you're using the slope that's given to us in the equation and then the point. Okay, and you're going to use that to find your b, the intercept, and that's what's going to tell us the last part in our equation right here. So we have -3 equals -2 times 6 is -12 plus b. Add 12 over. You get b equals 9. So our equation here is really y equals -2x plus 9. Okay, so write an equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. We know that our slope is given to us, -2. Then we have to use this other point, 6, -3, this ordered pair here, and we're going to plug that into the slope-intercept form for our x and our y, because we know this is x and this is y. Okay, and then solve for b, and then rewrite it. This is the most important part. You will rewrite it in slope-intercept form. So let's try another one. Write an equation of a line that passes through the point -2, -1, and has a slope of -3. So remember our answer, y equals mx plus b, y equals -3x. Now we're trying to find our b. So y equals mx plus b. We're going to always start with that. So plug in the information I know. I know an ordered pair, y is -1. I know my slope is -3. I'm going to multiply that by -2, -2 plus b. So -1 equals -3 times -2 is 6 plus b. Minus 6 over. We know that b equals -7. So our answer is y equals -3x minus 7. Now, let me just show you something of a way that you could check your solution here, if you would like to. So we're automatically going to start at, let's say we're going to graph this now. Let's say I didn't give you the information above. I'm going to tell you to graph y equals -3x minus 7. So we know we would start at 7 here, -7, because that's our b. And then we would go -3 over 1. That's our slope. So we know our line is going in this direction right here. So I'd go up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Right here. Now, what is this point right here? This point right here is -2, -1. It's in quadrant 3. Well, that point was the point that was given to us in the question. Okay, so using the slope and using that y-intercept, I could see that when I drew my line, which is not a very straight line, but I could see that that point does lie within the parameters here given my slope-intercept form equation. So go back and check. Even if we went back here, same thing would happen. If we went This one might be a little bit tougher because my graph isn't that big, but we'll try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have a point there. Okay, so now my slope is -2, -1. Well, that point that they originally gave us right here is in quadrant 4. So I know if I went down 2, 1, 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and down 2 over 1. This point right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. We know that this is 6, -3, which this is the point that was given to me. So, check it by graphing if you want to check to make sure your answer is correct. Alright, writing and using a linear model between 1985 and 1995. So the first thing that I would do is know that they are talking about a 10-year gap here. This is 0 and this would be 10. Okay, 10-year gap. So in 1985 I'd represent the number 0 and 1995 would be 10. So the number of vacation trips in the US taken by the US residents increased by about 26 million per year. So you need to know what that is right away. This is my M. So in 1993, well, we would represent 1993 by the number 8. Okay, remember 0 to 10, 1985 to 1995. In 1993, we know would be represented by an 8. U.S. residents went on 740 million vacation trips with the U.S. So we know this is an ordered pair. This would be my Y value, and the 8 would be my X value. So I know I have a slope of 26, and I know that I have an ordered pair of 8 and 740 million. Okay? So again, you could start labeling things while you're reading the problem to help you along the way. Circle them, highlight them, whatever you'd like, so that you can, everything correlates and goes together well. So write a linear equation that models the number of vacations, trips, Y in millions, and trips of the year T. So let T be the number of years since 1985. So it's very important that they're telling us here to write in Y equals mx plus b. Give them a linear equation so they could figure this out for years to come. So we don't have our b here yet, but we do have an ordered pair, and we do have our slope. So 740 equals 26 times 8 plus b. So 740 equals 8 I believe that's 208 plus b. Subtract 208. Subtract 208. And b equals 532. So our equation now is y equals 26x plus 532. So now they want to know the year 2005. So think about 2005 and how we can go all the way back to 1985. So how many years is that between? Well, that's 20 years. So we know y equals 26 times 20 plus 532. So 26 times 20 520 plus 532 would equal y equals 25. So now this is my answer. but think about how I would want you to write it. Estimate the number of vacation trips in the year 2005. Million is what we're talking about, millions of people. So we know that this is roughly, if we know that in the year 1993 there was about 740 million, we know that this is in the year 2005, we know that there were about, oh, sorry about that. Not sure what happened. So we know in the year 2005, we know that there's probably about 1 billion and 52 million. Okay, people that did vacation trips in the year 2005. All right, double check my numbers there. That was just right off the top of my head. I think I'm pretty right on that, but double check, make sure. So, very important when you go through the story problem, double check to make sure that you have all your information labeled. Look for the per year or the per something, per mile, whatever it may be, that is your slope, and then find another ordered pair. That's what we're talking about in this section. So it's very important that you relate it to what we're learning to help you answer the story problem. And always remember to number your years. Okay. So here's your homework. Write an equation of a line that passes through the point -3, 0 and has a slope of 1/3. And then second problem, to learn more about water evaporation, you measure the depth of a puddle after a rainstorm. Your first measurement taken 3 hours after the rainstorm was 2.25 inches. Think about what we have right here. Okay, you take another measurement an hour later to determine that the rate of evaporation of the puddle is 2.5 inches per hour. Okay, so very important information right there. Make sure you label it while you're going through it. Okay? So, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to see you guys soon. Not sure how soon, but I'll take a, if I don't get a chance to see you on Monday morning, I'll definitely keep you guys in my prayers, and I will take a picture of the new baby and make sure that I send it to your guys' email. So, hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care.